Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans! Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of the top sports stories that have happened this week. I am your host, Eric.
What the
right over there, Ron. How are you tonight?
I know you're trying to figure out what the heck is
Who's
that?
in the middle?
That is Clay Thompson.
We're making clay.
And we are clay makers.
You should have. You know what? You blew this one. You had a chance. You could have done the whole ghost scene with both our faces.
Yeah, no.
Come on. Who's in the back? Who's in the back, though? That might be the important piece.
Not doing it. Not doing it, Eric. Not doing it.
All right, my friend. Well, we are a live sports podcast. If you are joining us live, join the chat tonight. Let us know what you think about the show. If you have an opinion about some of the topics, or if you want to cover something that maybe where you feel is important, let us know, and we'd love to talk to you about that as well. Ron, before we get started, though, let's thank all of our lovely and talented groups that help us get our eyes and ears on thousands of people.
All right, today's show is brought to you by Sprout Coworking. For all your co-working needs, large or small, visit SproutCoworking.com.
All right, and we also want to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY FM. Thank you for all the support and putting us on every Saturday at 1 p.m. Check out their Facebook page as well. And also our good friends there in Southeast Connecticut, S6E35 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for putting us on every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. We appreciate the support there as well. And then obviously all of our followers, we appreciate you just as much. So thank you. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate that.
Make sure you guys call the radio station and let them know how much you love us and you want more of us. Just saying.
I don't know how many people want more.
They love phone calls. They love it.
All right, Ron. Are we going to talk some sports? You want to talk some other stuff first? I mean, what are we going to do? You talk to me.
Well, let's go right into it.
Go right into it.
Great leadoff.
So our leadoff story tonight: should athletes have the right to return to college after being on a professional team's roster? Obviously, Tom Brady can't do it. So there's a lot of different layers to this run. So I'm going to try to read through some of it. And then obviously I'd like to hear your opinions on it. I don't think he'd come back to Boston anyway. So the league, the NCAA had changed its eligibility rules in June. They moved to a system where athletes could now compete for all 5 seasons, basically giving them a 5-year time span. The issue became that rule became in effect this year. But there are now athletes who were in the 2022 class that would like to have that same right. This has been brought up to the Supreme Court or a court system. I don't know if it's the Supreme Court yet. I'm sure it's going to get there at some point. There have been athletes now, especially tight end Daquan Wright and defensive tackle Xavion Harris, who have both announced that they'd like to go to LSU. With that being said, the SEC decided to put rules in place that would not allow you to take these players because they have both been on an NFL roster. ACC, Big 10, Big 12 also followed suit and said, we're not going to allow any of our teams. If you do pick up these players, there will be significant penalties to the program. going forward. I don't know how I feel about this, Ron.
I think they should not be allowed to play.
Based on
when you make the decision to go pro, I think you lose the right to play in college. That's period. It doesn't matter what sport. Look, I don't care if you stunk and you couldn't make the team, whatever it may be, you made that decision and you got to live with it. Eric, if you quit your job tomorrow, you go in there and say, hey, I'm quitting. I'm going over to Lowe's. Do you think they're going to be in a hurry to bring you back?
No, I think you would, and any job, obviously there would be some reservations, but there's always an opportunity to go back. And I think what ends up happening is, before we used to say it was the money. So the kids jumped ship, want to go to the pros for the money. They're getting paid in college. So it's not about that. I guess my biggest issue is that if you're going to allow other kids now to do 5 years, why do these kids not have the same rate? Because I'm sure if
they should allow people for 5 years.
It's in the rules, but you're not changing that. My point would be is this: would these kids have made a different decision based on that ruling that came out in June? So if this was a ruling that came out last year, said this is what we're doing going forward, that the following season, now these kids would have had that opportunity, versus they had to go.
It was a rule. I mean, you can't do a what if. Look, it was the rule.
But the NCAA should have. The NCAA should have said, "Listen, we're going to make this rule, and this is when it's going to apply." So these kids would have had an opportunity to make a different decision instead of having to leave because they didn't have the option, and then trying out for an NFL team and then not making that team.
Yeah, this is just simply then just not good enough. So why not go back? No, tough. You left school, that's it. I can see if you were still in the school, you're still enrolled, and you just wasn't eligible to play another year, then fine.
Did they have an option?
It doesn't matter if they had an option.
But they didn't. They had to leave.
If you graduate, you're out of there.
But then the team
period.
But then they allow kids to go 5 years now.
Now it's just these players. They want to go back to a certain school and play for that school.
Yeah,
and the school is like, oh, goody, maybe we can get some other players so that way we can win.
Yeah,
no, get out of here. No, screw that.
I don't know. I just think that
the road.
They should be allowed to play. I think they should be allowed to play.
No, tough. The rule is there. That's it.
The rules should not have been implemented in June, knowing that these kids were going to have to make a decision based on that. There wasn't an option. These kids probably didn't want to go pro. They didn't have a choice because there wasn't an option for them to do it.
Did they graduate?
No, obviously not. If they could go back to college, they can go back. They just won't be able to play on the
go back and learn something.
On the team.
How about that? You already learned that you weren't good enough to make an NFL team. So, now it's sour grapes. Now it's like, I want to go back to school.
Sometimes it takes time for guys to develop. There's certain guys that don't come into the NFL right away.
That's fine. Hey, you know what? Go to arena football or whatever, that USFL thing that, now we don't have the Italian Stallions. Go there.
We don't.
How about that? You want to extend your career? Get a job, work, and play football part-time. That's it. I don't know what to tell you, Eric. Look, it's just sour grapes on these players that think they're I'm going to make the NFL and I'm going to do this. I'm going to break records. Blah, blah. No, you're not. Reality check. You're not good.
Okay, so
you can't win.
But here's the second part of it. So the SEC and Commissioner Greg Sankey are not allowed to put sanctions on these teams That was ruled by the lower courts here that says they're not allowed to say that these players can't return, that they should be allowed to play. So again, you start to look at if the judge in Louisiana is saying that these kids should be allowed to play, the rules say they could have played. I don't know where this goes, Ron. I just feel like at this point, I think that the rules should state maybe these kids get an exception because the rule wasn't in place for them to make that decision. And going forward, saying once you leave school, then you can't return. But it shouldn't be on these kids right now that didn't have that option. I think that's where I'm going back to. It wasn't an option for them. If I'm in school and I'm like, you know what, I don't think I want to go pro. I want to stay that fifth year and I want to do it. Okay, great. You didn't go because you had the option now, today. You didn't have it when these kids had to make a decision. Drafts in April. They had to make that decision in April if they wanted to, what they were going to do. Wait, I don't think I'm ready. I'll stay in college. Wasn't an option for them. So now you're punishing them because you made the rule after the fact. The NCAA should have made this rule and put it in place in January and said, look, as of this date, if it's next year, now these kids didn't have the option. Hey, 2027, this is the rule. Okay. But you made it in June.
Yeah, and it
And
goes
now
into
it's-
effect for the next season.
But why do the kids today get to make that decision and kids that didn't?
Because it wasn't in place.
I don't know. I don't think it's right. This is a different thing than
Eric. Look, these. It's the illusion of them feeling like they can make it, right? Look, this is why you got to learn something when you go to college.
But let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this question, Ron. Has there been kids now, because there's a transfer portal, that are going to different schools because they feel like it gives them a better opportunity to have a more successful career and then get drafted? It's happening, correct? This is what happens now. There are quarterbacks moving left and right. There are people. Back in the day, it was you had to, go into someone's home and you had to recruit them, and that was your guy. Now that's my guy this year. Next year, he goes somewhere else because he thinks it's a better system, a better fit, better coach, whatever it may be. So what if these kids weren't good enough, but they will be with this new school and they learned something and they're able to perform, and now that gave them a better opportunity? They didn't have the option. It wasn't available to them.
These are this is part of the decisions of actually becoming, an adult. And when you're, 22 to 24, you're graduating, whatever it may be.
How many
decisions?
How many NFL games are played today in a regular season?
Oh, what is it? 17?
17. Guys' records that played 14 games, 16 games are getting broken. And I can recall on one of our podcasts many times that it shouldn't count, according to you, because that's an extra game. So if a guy rushes for 2,500 yards and he beats a record, it's one extra game that he's getting credit for that somebody else didn't.
What does that have to do with going back to school?
But the rules change and you accept in the rules. You have the rule now. You got to accept that game. You don't have a choice. So why can't these kids, if the rule's in place today, not make that choice and have that decision? Because it's there.
It's the rule. Look, it's not my fault. I don't make the rule. They made the rule in June to be in place for next year, so that way that all these students would understand that come next year they can stay a fifth year. I mean, that's what it's for. It's to let the incoming know. So most students don't sign in until like June, July to the school that they're going to. And that is why it was in place in June. It's for the next class. So that way they're aware, okay, I don't have to make my decision and leave early in April because, that's when the NFL draft. Now this gives them a lot of time to think about what they intend on doing.
Yeah.
And
we're right on that part of it.
And I think that's why it was put in place in June. It's for the incoming, not the group that's already left. That's different.
I don't know.
Look, it sucks for those students,
but you know
what? They still have to make the decisions.
This doesn't affect college football this season. Doesn't affect college basketball this season. I'm sure baseball was over in June already, so it didn't affect any of those players. It affected the kids that are coming out of college in football. Like, that's the only guys that got hurt by this ruling.
It's unfortunate, but you got to understand that, they have to put it in place at some point. And putting it in place for the students incoming for the upcoming school year, that is the important part. You have to put it in place so when these students go to the schools, they are aware of where their status is when they sign up for it, and I think that is what they were thinking. Now, of course, everybody's always got to twist things around and make it fit their agenda. And the students that left in April for the draft and they don't get drafted, or they might have gotten drafted and still couldn't make a team, they're only saying this now because they got cut.
Wasn't there a loophole? And maybe, I don't know, I'd have to read into it, but I thought there was also a loophole where if you don't hire an agent, that you could still return. So that might have been a better.
Probably signed on an agent. And once you do that, you are considered a pro. And I don't think pros should be allowed to go in. And I know
if you got on a practice field today before the season started, you're a pro. Even though you don't play a regular season game, you never really you consider that a pro.
Yeah, you're getting paid.
Okay.
I'm going to ask now you to loosely because now college students are getting paid, but that's
everybody gets paid. No, it's just I think it's just a bad. I think the NCAA screwed this up. And they're trying
they screw everything up.
Yeah, and they're trying to save face.
I'm not saying they didn't screw this up because they didn't foresee students that got cut wanting to go back now.
Well, what happens?
And now it's too late, and it just didn't work.
These kids want to go to LSU. LSU just got Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is probably one of the most extreme coaches in college football. Like, the guy's just done some stuff. And I think, listen, he looked at that loophole to say, holy crap, I can get myself some good players, good college players. Let's rephrase that. Really good college players to come back and play at LSU. If I'm a coach, I'm more worried about losing my job every year. That if I could pluck these kids out, that's what ended up causing this. Because he looked at it and said, I haven't heard another school say they were going to do this. So if you look at any of the other schools, I didn't hear any other school. I didn't hear Bill Belichick going out and doing this. I don't even know some of the other coaches. Who's the guy from Indiana? Right. But I didn't hear these guys doing it. It was Lane Kiffin who started this whole thing. And now it's turned into a problem.
You got a dirty
SOB. We'll call him.
Thank you. And he's trying to stack his team with 100%. Players that get cut.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's, the NCAA should have just went, it's like, okay, here's the rule that we're putting in place, but we're going to,
these players are ineligible.
January 1st
of 2027.
That would give the students,
today, opportunity.
Exactly.
Yes.
and that ends that.
And they could have
But they
just,
don't do it right,
and they
and
could
this
have,
is the circus that
yeah,
it blows up in their faces.
and very easily any
Because
kid,
you know
student,
that's what they wanted. They
yeah,
wanted this incoming
uh-huh.
class to be
Any
able to say,
student, yeah,
okay, we can stay.
any student that is part of the 2026 season is eligible to apply that rule as of January 1st. Problem solved. Problem solved. But nope, you
Solves
threw it
everything.
out there. You gave Lane Kiffin an opportunity to use the loophole. The courts are ruling, so eventually these kids are probably going to play. Because I'm telling you, if the courts are saying you're going to play, it just turns into something even ugly if they don't. So we'll have to
I don't
see.
like it. I don't think it should happen.
Listen, I'm arguing the fact that I think that these kids should be allowed based on the loophole. I agree with you. I don't think it should have ever happened. But
No.
if the NCAA screwed up this royally, it's on them now. Yeah, but it's on them to say, well, tough. I gotta let these kids play.
You know,
we screwed up.
It's Eric. It's just a circus what these leagues do, because they're just as bad, if not worse, than Major League Baseball.
NCAA, without a doubt.
Major League Baseball doesn't get things right either. Either does the NFL.
No.
You know, it's like I just don't understand. You know, do you not talk to lawyers before you make these decisions?
Obviously not.
They don't. They don't make the decisions, you know, after speaking to, you know, the league lawyers. Well, if you do this, you could have people, you know,
Yeah.
they don't plan it well. They think they know it all. It's like certain owners of teams. They don't look at the whole picture.
It's a tough story. All right, let's talk some more. Again, leagues that screw things up. The NFL has eliminated the Pro Bowl. Are you excited about the decision?
Yeah, I could care less.
Yeah. See, I hate this.
I could care less. I don't watch.
I don't know if I just want to argue with you today, but I will say this. Listen. So now you're going to just be nominated or celebrated for getting into the Pro Bowl. So you don't play in a game. You don't. So they're going to have you walk up. You're going to walk up. You're going to walk on a stage, and they're going to say, "Here's your Pro Bowl players for blah blah blah." Okay, great. So here's my problem. Why couldn't they have done something else? Do a skills challenge. I loved the quarterback challenge. Do some fun stuff just to get these, just to give us something else. So now you're going to go 2 weeks with the Super Bowl. I didn't watch the Pro Bowl game either. I didn't. I thought you got to a point.
But now you're going to miss it.
I'm going to miss the fact that they're not going to have something to fill in that space. That's where I think they blew it. Like if you're going to eliminate,
still have the skills challenge.
They're not doing anything. They said getting rid of everything. All they're going to do is the awards ceremony.
We should have like lineman tug of wars,
right? Like all that stuff would be fun to do. I would think. But
you would think.
Right, you could do the cone thing with the running backs, wide receivers, right? Whatever.
Have linebackers go up against each other like jousting.
I just want to see those
and stuff like American Gladiators.
I just want to see those cars with the bullseyes going through, and they try to. Dude, I loved that.
Oh, you could do. It's like a clown car, but only with kickers.
Right, and they could try to hit the car. Like, do something. Right? Like, I think they're blowing the opportunity here. Like, the game sucked. The Pro Bowl sucked.
And should be very fan interactive, too.
And most people didn't even watch it anymore. And most players just were like, always had some erroneous injury that they were like, I'm not, I can't go. So then you got like the Drake, what's his name now? Holy cow. Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl. Because he was like the third or fourth option because everybody just kept saying they couldn't go. Mac Jones that year.
Hey, you might be able to get that in your contract. If I go to the Pro Bowl.
But so let me ask you
Get
this:
an extra
if
million.
you were an NFL player, would you not be upset about that? So Mac Jones, if you look up his stat, has a Pro Bowl.
It's a Pro Bowl player.
He won't get it anymore now, though, because now there is no way to refuse it or say you can't go because you're not going anywhere. All you're doing is accepting an award.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys are going to get
Okay with
screwed
it.
here,
I
Ron.
don't care.
I'm just saying, a lot of
If
guys.
they get screwed if they
Some of
don't
these
earn
guys-
it.
Some of these guys get money off of that.
Yeah, but do you
So
earn
is-
it?
The amount of times Tom Brady didn't go because he was in a Super Bowl, think about that quarterback that got it. That guy would never have gotten one.
It was Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady would have Tom Brady probably would have had 50 of them.
Peyton Manning made a career out of going to the Pro Bowl.
There you go. But I'm sure that paid his bills. He got some money off of that.
Sure.
Pro
But
Bowls.
look, do you want a Pro Bowl that
I
has
don't.
Mac Jones in it?
I don't. I'm not saying I think they blew the opportunity to have something else though. Like, hey, we're getting rid of the Pro Bowl, but
yeah,
we're going to
they
do
should have a
the
skills
skills
competition.
challenge.
See,
you know?
that's just it. See, like skills competition is kind of sucky in the NFL. It's not like the NHL where you see who the fastest skater is, the accuracy.
Bro, the quarterback who could throw it the farthest.
Yeah,
who could hit
it's
the
just
targets.
for the quarterbacks. What do you do for a receiver?
I don't know. You throw him 75 balls at a time and see who he can catch. I don't know.
Right? It's not that good.
Something.
Running backs, what do you do? Oh, he runs. Great. But what kind of skill is that?
I don't know. If you play Madden, they got skill things in there.
I don't know. Like, I think with defense, yes, you can do something like hitting somebody hard,
Could see who hits the hardest, the bag. They could probably have a thing.
See, you can knock over 10 guys at the same time.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. CDE, baby. It's a thing now. I don't know if you saw that report that came out. Holy cow. Do you realize the Pro Bowl, Ron, 1938? They've had the Pro Bowl since 1938, other than the one COVID year that they did not. So since 1938, this has been a thing,
No
the Pro
crazy
Bowl.
stats?
I do have one. It's coming.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready for the crazy stat? You want the crazy stat?
Yes.
All right, crazy stat, Ron. Do you know that man you just had up there, Tom Brady, he leads all players in Pro Bowls with 15. But there are
So
4.
he has 15 Pro Bowls
Yes.
and all those Super Bowls too?
Yeah.
Damn.
4 players though are second with 14. Would you like to guess any of those players? There's 4 of them.
14, it's got to be Peyton.
Peyton Manning is one of them.
Aaron Rodgers.
Not.
No?
No.
Wow. It's got to be all right. So, and you said second is 12.
No. 14.
Oh, second is 14.
Yeah.
So how many are tied with that?
4 players
All right. So one of them
was Peyton Manning.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Not.
Damn. Dak Prescott.
Not. I'll give you one more. Then I'll give you.
Jesus. 14. Joe Montana.
No. Not Joe Montana.
I'm at a loss right now.
All right. So, along with Peyton Manning, these 3 other players won 14 or had 14 Pro Bowl nominations. Tony Gonzalez, tight end for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, I thought you were talking about quarterbacks.
No, just in general players.
Oh,
you want to
so
change
that
it?
would have changed my.
Okay, go ahead. I'll give you a
go
couple
ahead.
more.
Just read them off.
All right. Merlin Olsen, offensive lineman, won
Okay, I'm
got
like
14 Pro Bowls. What he started in
Yeah.
Highway to Heaven, right?
Yeah.
And Bruce Matthews, offensive lineman. So if you're an offensive lineman and you last a while, you got a good shot at making a Pro Bowl. So
Yeah.
stick around, guys. You'll be a Pro Bowl. I don't even know what they call it. Selection nominee. Because you're not a player. You don't play in a Pro Bowl anymore. You know when it really started to get worse is when they took it out of Hawaii.
So
Why'd you take it out of Hawaii?
wait a minute. Now that I think about this, So then what the hell is the difference between that and all pro?
All Pro's best at the position.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what you're kind of doing with the Pro Bowl thing
I don't
now.
know, because you could probably win the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It kind of makes one of them obsolete.
Yeah. All right. You ready for your starting five?
Sure. Oh.
We're going to give you our starting top five NBA Eastern Conference teams.
Cannot wait to see what you did.
So I'm going to give you a little surprise at the end of this too, Ron. So,
I'm sure.
I am first this week, so I'll give you I have two honorable mentions. One is based on if the trade goes through. So Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard, if that deal goes through, they're an honorable mention. And the Orlando Magic, because I think they have a good nucleus of young talent, but they got to figure it out. So I'm going Magic as my two honorable mentions, Magic and Raptors.
Yeah, I got 4. I'm basically picking my playoffs.
Can I say something? There's like 12 teams in the East. You picked all of them, basically.
I'm basically picking the
teams.
You
left like 3 teams out. You left like 3 teams out. Go ahead.
Not 3. It's more than that. It's 15.
Go ahead. Give me your 9 teams out of 15.
Well, I have Toronto and Orlando in there as well. Of course, Toronto is if the trade happens.
The Kawhi Leonard trade's going to be.
So I really have 3.
Yeah, trying too hard. But go ahead.
I have Boston in there.
Wow, as an honorable mention.
As like my wild card teams that could. Well, the ones that are going to the play-in. Well, the teams that are playing in the play-in.
Okay.
And Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like
for the record, I had Orlando and Charlotte as the 2 teams that were right there.
Yeah, I don't like them losing ball. Like, I think they got a good team, but I think that's going to hurt them.
I don't think they're going to be hurt by that.
I don't know. All right, so that means we're getting into our starting 5. So at number 5
for me, took their ball and went home.
Yes. At number 5, I have the Boston Celtics, so they did make the list. Obviously,
really?
Yep, Tatum's health is going to be critical. I still think the East is weak. I don't like a lot of the teams in the East, so I think they're still the 5th best team in the East, the Boston Celtics.
Okay. I have Cleveland at number 5. They were top 4. Now they just slide a little past because of somebody else's emergence.
Okay. At number 4 for me, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they have 4 quality starters with Harden, Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen. Again, can they put it together in the postseason is where there seems to be a problem, but I still think they're one of the top 5 teams in the East. I'm going to Danny. Thanks for joining. I'm going number 4 with Cleveland.
Yeah, I dropped them down because of Miami. I like what they're putting together. I mean, it's a mash unit, but I mean, was Giannis really hurt last year?
Probably not. Towards the end, I would sure he could have played, but
that's why I'm saying I think he might be fine. And I think he can dominate if he's healthy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Klay Thompson going there is one thing, but they do have some guys in that starting lineup that can do some damage. And I think they'll be one of the top 4 teams.
Okay. At number 3 for me, I have the Heat. So I have Miami in there. I think that Giannis Bam combo is going to be an interesting one. They add Klay if he's able to be a good shooter.
I know what you did.
So I kept the Heat at number 3.
Yeah, at number 3, I have Detroit Pistons. I think they're still they're still look. They have 4 guys on that team that can really carry this team, and Cunningham has proved that he can be the guy that leads the way. And I think they'll be just as good as they were last year. But we'll see if that transpires into the playoffs.
Okay. At number 2 for me, I have the New York Knicks. Again, the defending champs. I still think they have good depth. And I think I'm going to say Brunson's a legit start. Like what he was able to do in those finals against the Spurs, I'm bought in on the fact that he can carry a team. So I got the Knicks at number 2.
Yeah, I also have the Knicks at number 2. But I know who your number 1 team is and who you didn't bring into the top 5. But I think, they might actually be better next year. I think, not for nothing, but I think losing Mitch Williams might have been a good thing for them. I'm just saying.
Congrats on beating Cancer Danny. That's awesome, man. That really is. That's something, obviously, to always carry with you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, at number 1 for me, at the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, I think they got the best starting
you didn't
5.
Put Detroit in?
I did not. Maxey, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid is by far the best starting 5 in the NBA. Again, health is going to be the biggest key to them. If they can stay healthy, that starting 5 is ridiculous. I don't care. On any given night, any one of those guys can pop.
That's an all-star team.
Yeah. So to me, they got to be the best team in the East.
Edgecombe is the weak link at 16.8 points per game.
It's 17 points per game. Yeah. Like it's crazy. So yeah, I left the Pistons off for one reason.
And he might be their fastest player.
I like the Pistons. I really do. I just think that there was some glaring things in the postseason that I think teams are going to expose them for now. I just feel like there's something about that team that I think they overachieved too fast. I think they jumped.
I think they're good.
Listen, they were the number 1 team, right?
I had Philly at number 1 too, by the way.
All right. So here's what I'm doing now, Ron. This is going to make it a little more interesting towards the end. So everybody's going into the AI world. So I'm going into the AI world as well. So I asked AI who are the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. At number 5, AI says the Cavs. At number 4, the Pistons. At number 3, the Celtics. At number 2, the 76ers. And at number 1, they went with the Knicks. So
interesting.
In a roundabout way, we probably, had just about the same, different orders. But that's what AI said. So I'm going to see, because guess what?
They didn't have Miami in there. They had Detroit.
Yes.
Like me.
Yeah. But they didn't have Charlotte, right? You had Charlotte? No, you had Charlotte as
I don't have Charlotte in the top 5.
Honorable. Yeah, but you didn't have Boston in the top 5. And
I didn't have Boston.
They have them at number 3.
I have Detroit.
Yeah, and they have it at number 3. So guess what? Start pick and roll. We get to do the same thing. Let's see what AI says.
I like that.
Right? It's kind of different.
I like that.
All right. Let's talk some NBA.
What does AI know?
Nothing.
I'm right. I'm right.
Always. All right. Continue this NBA talk. Excuse me. Klay Thompson now is a member of the Miami Heat. Can he help him win a championship? Is this the piece?
I like the move for Miami to get him, to be honest with you. It gives them a shooter coming off. Well, I'm assuming he might not be coming off the bench, or maybe, I don't know.
It looked like, based on what they said, he's going to be off the bench.
Yeah, and that's probably the best move for him. Look, I think I think Miami's going to surprise a lot
Yeah.
of people this year.
So here's where I had an issue with it. Played in 69 games last season. 11.7 points per game, 2.1
Yeah, not
rebounds,
good.
1.4. It was his worst of his career. His shooting percentage went down. His free throw percentage went down. His field goal his 3-point percentage went down. He went down in every category. So I just think that old Klay Thompson, give me Klay from 5-6 years ago, maybe. But today's Klay Thompson, I don't know if it's enough for this team. I really don't. You're depending on two guys.
Well, who else do they have on their bench now?
Oh, you're asking me a lot. Hold on, buddy. I got you.
I mean, because
you.
it's a different look.
All right, so we'll just go depth chart here. All right, so their starting five is Davion Mitchell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. On the bench, they've got Drew Smith, Bobby Portis, Klay Thompson.
So Klay Thompson is clearly the one coming off the bench to do some scoring.
Him and Bobby Portis, yes. They're not much deeper after that.
Yeah, I think I think now that I'm hearing this, I'm kind of questioning that Miami in the top 5 now.
Yeah, they're not deep. The key's going to be Bam and obviously Giannis staying healthy. And then hopefully one of these guys. I just don't know if Klay's the piece. I still feel like they got to make another move because I feel like Klay is just, if he puts up 11 points, this team's
they
not.
They need somebody else on the bench.
Yeah, 11 points isn't going to carry it.
I like the starting 5. The starting 5 is pretty good.
Well, Danny does not believe Klay will last in Miami.
I think he'll last at least the season.
Yeah, he's got to. I don't think they have a choice.
He might retire after the season.
But
this
is him holding on.
Be okay. But the problem is, who else? You're gonna bring him out with Portis?
Yeah, I don't know.
And who else is gonna be coming in? That's the problem.
Nikola Jokic. It's like he's okay.
Djokovic?
It's not. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be fun to watch. All right, Ron. Crazy stat time.
They're gonna have problems.
So Klay Thompson ranks 25th all time in 3-point percentage. I didn't know if you knew that, but I'm ready to give you the top 5 all time. At number 5, you have Joe Harris, who's at 43%, 43.5.
Yep.
Drazen Petrovic, back from the Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets when he played, 43.7%. Hubert Davis, former Knick, 44% from 3 points in his career. At number 2, current player Luke Kennard at 44.2%.
He's not good.
You want to know who number 1 is, Ron?
Who?
6 degrees of separation, isn't that? So it's Steve Kerr. So you think about Klay Thompson's former coach, Steve Kerr, 45.4% career.
Yeah, but these guys only average like 9 points a game.
When they shot it from 3, they Steve Kerr almost made 50% of it.
I know that, but it's not that. Eric, it's really not the same.
They get credit for it. It counts. They didn't go to college.
Tell me. Are you gonna take Steve Kerr over Larry Bird? Take that shot?
I mean, if it's a 3 and only a 3,
if it's a 3, I'm still taking Larry Bird.
45%.
I'm still taking Bird.
You want Bird's career average?
It doesn't matter because it's also clutch moments. How many times did Steve Kerr need to take a shot in the final seconds? Never. Because you want to know who took those shots? It was Michael.
37.6 for Larry.
I'll take that.
He's only going to make it 37. Kerr's got a better average.
I don't care.
Kerr
Kerr never
made
had
one.
to worry about dropping one
Didn't Kerr make
at
one
the
in the-
buzzer.
Kerr made one in the finals.
One.
Hey, counts. All right, let's talk some
Kerr did it
baseball.
regularly.
Let's talk some Major League Baseball. Hopefully Danny's still on because I know this is going to be an interesting story for him. Should the LA Dodgers consider not pitching Shohei Ohtani the rest of the season?
I would probably say they should use him very sparingly, if at all.
So, Ron, obviously he's had 2 elbow surgeries. Any wear and tear on him could be costly. You've got Glasnow, Skubal,
See, Danny agrees. Danny
Snell,
agrees with me.
and Yamamoto. Why do you need Shohei Ohtani?
Right, exactly.
Why am I taking a bat that's batting 287? He's got 30 home runs, 85 runs, 80 RBIs out of my lineup. Because if he blows out his arm pitching, that also means his bat's out of my lineup. I don't need his pitching. If they had a subpar pitching staff or they had a pitching staff that maybe you need an ace because you don't have one, this team's loaded. And it's almost like they're just like trying their hardest to not win because I feel like this is an injury waiting to happen.
Well, it's interesting because I started thinking about it. You know, he's been injured a lot lately. And then I was like, well, why is it that a guy like him is getting injured now when you talk about when he played in Japan and he didn't get hurt? So I started comparing, baseball in Japan and Major League Baseball.
Okay.
And the injury per game for pitching is 0.03 injuries per game. Now, that doesn't seem like it's a lot, right? But in Japan, it's 0.008. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, and I think it might be because of the mound. And I think that's the problem where you're putting a lot of stress on the pitcher's arms because of how the mound is made and how the slope is. Now, in Major League Baseball, the mound they use, it's a harder surface. So there's no give when you, and I know you might think this is insane.
I feel like,
but in Major League
it,
Baseball,
Bill Nye, the
surface,
science guy?
The dirt is harder. So when you land on that, it does keep you from sliding around, but it doesn't give. And that has to shock the body in some way. And then when you add the slope in the Major League Baseball as opposed to in Japan, the Major League Baseball pitching mound has a bigger slope, and that is so the pitchers can have a downward angle. So that way the fastball appears better and it has more movement on it. And I gotta tell you, I think this is the reason why we're seeing a lot of injuries with pitchers. And I think, and if I know anything, that 0.03 doesn't give the whole story. I think it's higher than that.
Yeah.
And I think that the mound is actually causing injuries for the pitchers.
Okay.
I really, truly believe this
All right.
now. Now that I did, some research on that, and, when you have that step down and it is a bigger slope, that is more pressure going on your leg. And then it in turn has more pressure on your shoulder because now there's no give, but that shoulder wants to drop. And I think that is causing a lot of problems. Rotator cuffs, stuff like that. I think that's the problem. They need to lower the mound.
Okay. So Eric Ron is right. Okay. What about the fact that he's 32? That could probably play a factor. So your body obviously is going to start to your wear and tear. You're talking he's been playing
right. So you have the
he's
wear
been playing
and tear
baseball for
that.
quite some time. I would also say this, that if you look at it, he already has an injury. He's had a left knee injury.
Right.
So again, just have him bat.
Now, keep in mind, he's a righty, correct?
Yes.
When he pitches, that left leg is the one that gets planted. I'm just saying, it kind of adds up.
So now you want to change the mound in Major League Baseball?
I think they need to, because Japan, especially if you're going to sign Japanese players, if you're going to sign Japanese players, they're playing on a mound that is a lot less of a slope. Same height, but the slope is different. And when they have to come over and pitch here in the United States, I think it's putting a little more strain on their legs and their shoulder. I just see it. I mean, he never had injuries in Japan. He comes over here, different mound, and that's what starts happening. It starts breaking down some of those muscles and tendons and everything. And I got to say, I think that is a big problem.
Or, again, a player that's trying to play two positions. Think about it. The same things happen. Listen, Travis Hunter came in.
In Japan.
Travis Hunter came into the NFL, and they traded up the Jags because they're like, oh, we get two players for one.
That's not that good.
I'm just saying what happened. Injured right away. You play two positions, there's more likely you're giving yourselves two times more opportunity
true as well.
So the Dodgers, to even say that they need to pitch this guy, they don't need to pitch him. So you may be right on all these different aspects, Ron. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, for them to just go out there and blatantly let him pitch, it's they
shouldn't. Look, if he's got a left knee problem, that is the worst thing for him to do.
Yeah, it's Russian roulette. You're waiting for something bad to happen.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, you know what you do really well for us right now that we don't need any help with? I don't need pitching, man. You're good. Listen, just hit. This is him, too, with his ego, because I feel like Ohtani's pushing a pitch. And it's like at some point, somebody's got to talk to him in Japanese. Hopefully it's a translator that's not stealing his money. And just say, look, dude, like enough's enough. If we need you, we'll ramp it up. We don't need you. I'm not even looking at it. I wouldn't pitch this guy in the postseason. I would just keep his bat and just dominate that way.
I think if he was to heal that knee, that's got to be the key focus. You gotta keep him off the mound, but once the knee is better, then you trot him out there like every 10 days or something like that, just to keep him.
You got to ramp him up, yes, but I don't know.
Well, no, not even just to ramp him up, just to keep him out there, get 5 innings in, and then get the hell off the mound.
And then I'm going to give you the reason why he should pitch, too. Like, this is the crazy part. He's been in 14 games this season, Ron. 85.2 innings pitched. He's 8-2 with a 1.79 ERA. He's given up 55 hits, 26 walks, and he's had 95 strikeouts. So it's like it almost counteracts everything I just said. You need to pitch this guy because he's too good at it. But I don't know. I just think you take that bat out, it changes it. You want your crazy stat, Ron? I see you brought that stat up. So Shohei Ohtani's won a few MVPs. But as an organization, the New York Yankees have the most MVPs at 23. But I'm going to give you all 5, the top 5 all-time MVPs. At number 2, this one really surprised me. The St. Louis Cardinals, 18. 18
That doesn't
MVPs.
surprise me.
The Dodgers are third with 14. San Francisco Giants are fourth with 13. We know Bonds had a
Yeah, some of those
part
are
of that.
legit.
And that in the fifth, coming in at number 5, Ron, the Cincinnati Reds.
That I believe.
Right? Pete Rose, Johnny Bench. So I'm sure they had
Back
some
in the
guys,
day.
right? So that's pretty interesting. 23 though, all-time MVPs for the New York Yankees. Not bad.
I'm surprised it's that low, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
With you.
You would think so too.
I mean, when
I don't
you
think they want to get rid of Dave
players,
Roberts.
how did they only have 23?
Danny, I don't want you to be upset with me, but I really don't think Dave Roberts is the problem. I think that's a Shohei Ohtani problem. I think Ohtani wants to pitch. And Roberts has to step in and say, no, like, I don't need you to pitch. I think that's where it's going to come from. But I think Ohtani's the reason why that, they're even considering it. All right, Ron, before we move on to our split decisions.
Ohtani.
You want to thank our good friends there with their almost semi-new, was new.
Sure. Tonight's show is brought to you by the not the all new, but the once new 990 WBOB radio page, offering links to your favorite Providence shows, including Sports Unfolded and the Bryant Bulldog Sports Hour.
I also want to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY-FM. Thank you for the support and putting us on every Saturday, as well as our good friends here in Southeast Connecticut, S6E35 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for putting us on every Tuesday. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you for joining us live out there. Danny, you're a man. We love having you. All right, Ron, it is split decision time. Danny, I think Ohtani, it's more of an ego thing for Ohtani. That's why he wants to pitch. I think it's more of him just feeling like he can do it all, like he's a super athlete, and I think that ruins his image if he doesn't do it. So that's just my opinion. But it doesn't make sense for
pretty accurate.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense for the Dodgers. Like I just don't get why they would want him to pitch. Like it doesn't. It's more him saying, "Listen, I want to pitch." And again, they owe him $700 million. So I'm like, you know what? Do it. Go ahead, buddy. All right, Ron.
Gotta protect their $700 million.
Yeah. Our split decision segment. We ask each other 2 more likely questions. We got to make a decision. I am first this week, so I will ask you your first split decision. Which player, Ron, is more likely to average more rebounds for the Heat this season? Bam Adebayo, who averaged 10 rebounds per season last year, 10 rebounds per game last season, or Giannis Antetokounmpo, who averaged 9.8 rebounds per game last season? Who's going to average more this season for the Heat?
I am going to say Bam Adebayo.
Bam!
Every
time you say it, you got to say it like that.
I think Giannis might focus on some other parts of the game.
Okay. Yeah, I think Giannis is going to shoot more, so I think that gives Bam more opportunities. I could see that. But then you got Clay shooting, 25th all time. Give me Steve Kerr, and then, neither one of those guys getting a rebound.
I think Larry Ogle.
All right, your first split decision, sir.
I guess we'll go with the first one. Which free agent running back is more likely to be signed before the start of the season? Najee Harris, Miles Sanders?
Najee Harris signed with somebody.
Austin Eckler or Joe Mixon?
Hold on, though. What's his name? Najee Harris signed.
Najee Harris. That's this guy right here.
He signed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he signed. Who the hell?
So that makes it easy.
He signed with the New York Giants.
Oh, see, All right, so Miles Sanders, Austin Eckler.
Now I got to
or
make sure
Joe
none of these
Mixon.
guys have signed. Miles Sanders. All right.
So much for that list.
Ex-Eagle, 25 million. Oh, he was arrested. So
Miles Sanders?
Yeah, so I don't think he's gonna be going anywhere soon. All right. Well, so admitted to drinking earlier in the day. So he had a lot of DUI, slammed in. Okay, yeah. He's not getting signed. Next.
Austin Eckler
we're
or Joe Mixon?
Process of elimination here. We're gonna
You might want to check Joe Mixon first.
Jeez. Austin Eckler. That's 1995.
You know, we're supposed to have the insights to do all this. See, the easy one you could have just said Najee Harris.
Right? Bang. Yeah, Eckler's still a free agent.
You're picking holes in it.
All right, Eckler's still all right. So he's still okay. And then it was Joe Mixon.
See, this defeats the whole purpose of this.
I know, buddy, but
segment.
According to a report, Joe Mixon had told former teammates his career is likely over after an injury cost him an entire. Okay, all right. So, based on all the information that I've gathered now, Ron, I'm going Austin Eckler. No, I'm not. Joe Mixon. No, I'm going with Eckler. Eckler is my choice.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders DUI. Najee Harris already signed. So technically, Najee Harris would be the first to sign. After that, though, I'm going Austin Eckler. So I'll give you that. How's that? All right, Ron. A second split decision. Which second-year quarterback is more likely to lead his team to the postseason? Jackson Dart of the New York Giants, Tyler Shaw of the New Orleans Saints, or Cam Ward of the Tennessee Titans? Who's more likely to get his team to the postseason?
That's a good one. I'm going to say I'm going to say Shuff. Tyler is going to be the one.
Tyler Shaw, okay.
I don't know how to get Shaw out of that.
Based on the division?
Yeah, based on the division.
Yeah,
based on the fact that I don't know if Jackson Dart can make it a whole season.
He won't.
And Tennessee is not good.
Agree. I forgot that Robert Saleh is their coach now. I don't know why. The Tennessee Titans. I never even thought of. I forgot all about that. He went there. I saw it today, and I'm like, holy cow! I forgot he even went there. That's how impactful that move's going to be. All right, Ron. Your second split decision.
So that's going to be a great decision for the franchise.
Oh, huge. They are going to love it.
All right. Eric, this is a great one. You're going to love this one. Who is more likely to be the most improved player from their rookie season? Will it be Dylan Hopper of San Antonio, averaged 11.8 points per game? Hugo Gonzalez, averaged 3.9 points per game? Or Ace Bailey of Utah, 13.8 points per game?
All right. So anytime a guy is averaging double digits, it's very hard to be the most improved because that means he'd really have to almost double it. And I don't see those two guys doing it. So Hugo Gonzalez at 3.9, and supposedly the Boston Celtics, again, this is what I've heard, could have gotten better deals for Jaylen Brown, but a lot of teams wanted Hugo Gonzalez thrown into that deal. And Boston refused. So I think they're going to use him more. So I think he could be the most improved player in the league based on that. Because if he could average 10 points. If he averages 10 points, that's like 3 times his average, almost 3 times his average from last year.
Yes, I just wanted you to say Hugo Gonzalez. That's basically what it came down to.
I absolutely hate it. But I mean, he does get it. Is that his real hair, or did you put hair on?
No, that's his real hair.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't put more hair on it. I just don't understand why they were so hesitant to give up Hugo Gonzalez.
They know something we don't.
And then why do we have to package anybody with Jaylen Brown to get anyone?
I don't know.
Like, outside of maybe 4 or 5 players,
I don't know, buddy.
I can understand it. Like, you're not trading for Joker. So why would you need to add Hugo Gonzalez to like a Giannis trade?
Well, that's what it. Supposedly it was for Giannis, and Boston's like, we're not giving up Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah, because you're giving away Jaylen Brown for him. Jaylen Brown.
But it might have been money. It's money. You got to match. Although Jaylen Brown makes more money than anybody in the league. He was like second. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't care. I don't want. I would have made that deal all day, every day. Jaylen Brown. Let's talk some NHL, Ron. It's a big move coming here. If they can't get this done, should the Colorado Avalanche make it a priority to sign Cale Makar to an extension? So, the Chicago Blackhawks just recently signed Bowen Byram to the highest contract for a defenseman, 6 years, $75 million. So that averages,
because he's done such a marvelous job in Chicago.
12.5. Makar is currently making $9 million on his final year of his contract.
Like, how are you giving that, Eric? I really, and I'm trying so hard not to swear. It really boils my water.
Oh my goodness!
When teams sign a guy that, first of all, nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Why? Because nobody's afraid to play against him. To a contract that clearly pays him more than the best defenseman in the league. And I say defensemen because it's not just Makar that he's getting paid more than. It is a joke. It is a joke, and the contracts that teams are giving these players, do they not go into it and try to negotiate with these players? It's like, oh, I want this. Oh, okay, here we go. You can have it. Is that what it's like now?
Oh, 12.5 million, I guess. So.
Because now Makar is going to go in there. It's like, well, gee, I'm like twice the player that Byron Boehm or whatever his freaking name is.
Bowen Byram. So Byram,
like twice as good as he is.
Hold on, though, Ron, because in 82 games he had 11 goals and 31 assists. He was a plus 15. In contrast, Cale Makar only played in 75 games, had 9 more goals. He had 20 and 28 more assists at 59. So he scored 79 points, which is 37 more points than Byram. And he was a plus 32, which was 17 points higher than Byram. This deal's not looking so good over there. For the Blackhawks, they're desperate. So, what happens if? Do you think he plays out the contract, or do you think they get this deal done, Ron?
I think they'll get a deal done.
I think they got a lot of money right now, though.
The problem is
the money.
You got some players on this team, and they're gonna need. This is going to be a mass exodus for a lot of this.
They're gonna have no choice. They got to figure out who they want to keep.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. You know why?
There we go.
Because the Bruins gift wrapped 2 prospects for them in Lysell and Merkulov, who have shown the ability to score goals and create, scoring chances in the minor leagues, in the minors. But don't worry, because they gave up on them, they'll do wonderfully in Colorado. So they'll be fine.
It's the air, though. It's the elevation. You score more.
Sure.
So Makar has been a 6-time All-Star, 1 Calder, 1 Smythe, 2 Norris, an All-Rookie, and 1 Cup. So pretty accomplished as well. So we'll see.
You got to re-sign him.
I think Joe Sackett said that's what they're working on now, is trying to wrap up a contract. I think it's a must for this team for next season. I think they blew their opportunity last year. If they're going to make one last run before, to your point, all these guys are going to be gone. Yeah, you make this deal.
Yeah, this is it. This coming season probably will be their last opportunity to contend. But I gotta say, Joe Sakic in charge.
It's the final countdown. All right, you ready for your crazy stat, Ron?
Sure.
So, do you know who's won the most Norris trophies in NHL history?
Yes.
Who was that?
That had to be Glenn Wesley.
It's actually Bowen Byron. He's won the most. Bowen Byron. Did that kid even win anything yet? Hold on. Oh, he's won a cup.
Is it
cup.
It Ray Bork or is it Doug Harvey?
It is neither. Most Norris trophies won was by one Mr. Boston Bruin defenseman Bobby Orr.
Oh, Bobby. I'm stupid.
Bobby Orr won 8 trophies, Ron, but not only did he win 8, he won 8 consecutive trophies.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I didn't even think of Bobby Orr. Can you believe that?
So from 1968 to 1975, he pretty much dominated.
I should be ashamed of myself.
The defensive. The good part about that is Doug Harvey and Nicholas Lidstrom won it 7 times in their career. So they were second all time, but not in consecutive years. So Bobby Orr all time with 8, but he did it all in one shot. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to get out of the way. I'm done. You guys just look at my mirror. So kind of crazy. All right, my friend, it is pick and roll time.
It's time for pick and roll.
So we are on episode 35. So 35 years ago, 1991, these NFL draft picks all made a Pro Bowl, now a Pro Bowl selection nominee, something. But they actually played in the game back then. And that was Keenan McCardle, Ben Coates, Ed McCaffrey, Ricky Waters, Herman Moore, and Yancey Thigpen. We are going to rank them from 6 to 1. I am first round, so I will start us off with my pick and roll. At number 6, I went Yancey Thigpen. 313 receptions, 5,081
Wasn't he one of the
yards.
Peanuts gang?
Yes. No, that's Big Ben. 16.2 yards per reception, though, was pretty damn impressive. That was the best on the list.
When he could catch the ball.
30 touchdowns. I also looked at this, Ron. You inspired me last week. So he played in 12 playoff games, had 35 receptions for 420 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also made 2 Pro Bowls. But at number 6, Yancey Thigpen. At number 5, and this one hurt me, but Mr. Ben Coates over there, 499 receptions, 5,555 yards, 11.1 yards per reception. Obviously, he's a tight end, so not really the deep threat like some of these other guys. 50 touchdowns in his career. Played in 11 postseason games, Ron. 26 receptions, 258 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's what hurt him for me. 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, and a championship. Not with the Patriots, though. That was with the Baltimore Ravens. At number 4, When Ed McCaffrey had 565 receptions, 7,422 yards, 13.1 yards per reception, 55 touchdowns. He played in 14 postseason games, Ron, which is second most on this list. He had 42 receptions for 554 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 Pro Bowl, 3 championships. He had 3 championships, Ron, because he was surrounded by some really good players. One being Lawrence Taylor, the best defensive player probably of all time, or one of the best. Kind of helped him when he was with the Giants, and then also went to Denver with the Broncos. At number 3, and this is why I put him ahead of him, Herman Moore. Herman Moore honestly had some really good numbers. I feel bad that he played for Detroit because 670 receptions in his career, 9,174 yards run, 13.7 yards per reception, 62 touchdowns in his career. In contrast, he played in 7 postseason games, had 27 receptions for 474 yards and 2 touchdowns, 4 Pro Bowls, 3-time All-Pro. If you double the number from 7 to 14, he would have beaten Ed McCaffrey on every postseason stat. Would have crushed him. That's why I put him ahead of McCaffrey. At number 2, though, I went Keenan McCardle, 883 receptions, 11,373 yards. Phenomenal. 12.9 yards per reception, 63 touchdowns. 16 postseason games, 55 receptions for 622 yards and 6 touchdowns. The man scored when he played in the postseason. 2 Pro Bowls and a championship. But at number 1, Ricky Waters, the dual threat, man. The amount of yards that this guy put up, 10,643 rushing yards, 4.1 yards per reception. But then you give him the 78 touchdowns on top of 467 receptions, 4,248 yards receiving. He played in 11 postseason games, Ron, rushed for 666 yards, 8 touchdowns. He had 5 Pro Bowls and a championship. I went Ricky Waters at number 1. I done good?
Yeah, Eric, we saw it exactly the same way, and your explanation for a lot of it was identical to what I was thinking. And and that Ricky Waters, even without his receptions, which was pretty amazing in itself. I mean, when you look at it, he had 10,643 rushing yards, and you said 660 yards in what, 6 games?
11.
11 games. I mean, those were playoffs against the best teams that you're going up against, and they were important, grinding out those yards. And the player that he was just, I mean, the 78 rushing touchdowns, I mean, that is incredible. And it's just the wear and tear. And the guy only played 144 games. I mean, he was the second lowest of everybody. And the output was better than everybody.
Yeah, agreed.
And there was no question that he was going to be number 1. And Herman Moore was, it's wow.
I feel bad.
Won,
right?
If he could have won in the postseason, like,
well deserved. Like, listen, almost 10,000 yards.
He was
62
so good.
touchdowns. He was really good. 3-time All-Pro. I think. Did anybody else even get an All-Pro on this list? No, right? He was the only
Ben
one.
Coates was All-Pro.
Oh, two All-Pros. You are correct. All right, Ron.
Didn't have the numbers, but the guy was a great blocker.
I'm glad we agreed. Because guess what? AI didn't. AI said we were wrong, Ron. So here's AI's list.
Can only imagine.
Thigpen is 6th. Correct. They put McCaffrey at 5. Coates at 4.
I was considering that.
But then McCardle at 3. and
Yeah, no.
Herman Moore at 2, and then Ricky Waters at 1. So they agreed with us on 1 and 6, but in between
I can see the Coates and McCaffrey thing. I can't see the Herman Moore McCardle.
Yeah.
McCardle with 11,000 yards. No way. No way.
Yeah, he played in more games. So Herman Moore. We're going with Herman Moore at 3. All right. AI rules, my friend.
Drools, not rules. Drools.
Just like O'Doyle. O'Doyle rules, too.
They were wrong both times.
All right, let's get this the Pro Bowl. Now I got Pro Bowl on my head. Hey, Hugo. Hall of Fame, my friend. We are coming down to the nitty-gritty. We've got about 1 week left here. Michael Strahan got in the last round. We had a tie, so nobody made it for coaches. But that means you have an opportunity right now to cast your vote. Scan this QR code right now and vote for one of these fine females in tennis: Steffi Graf, Monica Seles, Martina Hingis, Zena Garrison, and Lindsay Davenport. We currently have a tie. Steffi Graf, Lindsay Davenport, which means neither one would get in. You can make the difference out there. Scan this QR code now.
Yes,
and
if
let's
you're
get
an
some
Atlantonian,
votes.
If you're an Atlantonian, you got to get there on the website.
That's a word.
So all Atlantanites, assemble!
Oh, boy. All right, Ron. We've got fun. The NHL hockey. Have at it.
You can vote for Jean Reitel, former Ranger, Bruin, or Guy Lafleur, former Montreal Canadian great, Bobby Clark from the Philadelphia Flyers, Daryl Sittler from the Toronto Maple Leafs, even though it says Daryl Sutter.
You got to vote, too. Sutter got
and
votes.
He does have a vote, but Daryl Sittler needs more. Bobby Hull, also a Hall of Famer as well. I mean, these are all great hockey players, but some are better than others.
Guy Lafleur leading in that. Bobby Clark, if you're a Philadelphia Flyer fan, I know what he meant to your team. 0 votes right now.
Oh, come on.
Scan this QR code. Vote
if you're a
for
Flyer
Bobby
fan.
Clark. I mean, that's crazy that he didn't get a single vote.
We need Mikey D to send some votes here.
Make it happen.
Because he's a Flyer fan. Ooh, that's Flyer fan.
Yeah, try to say that fast 6 times, huh? Flyer fan. All right. Hopefully you voted or you get a chance to vote. If you're watching afterwards, scan those QR codes. Let's get on there. And it'll bring you to the website so you can see all of the inductees. Really cool for you to see all the players that you voted in by all the fans out there. So that's really cool. It's what we love most about our Hall of Fame. The fans make the decisions.
Yes.
I mean, if somebody wants to pay us, that's one of these athletes to get in. I mean, we would take that too, but that's a whole other story for another day. Anyway, let's move on to our prediction. I mean, Bobby Clark wants to throw me some cash right now. He's in. Last week we had a lot of participation, man. This was awesome. What a great week. Look at Hugo, man, coming up the rear now and just making magic. So you see those little NASCAR, and the other one says NASCAN. I AI sometimes, dude. I just realized it says NASCAN.
Yeah, so I have a NASCAR and he has a NASCAN.
But yes, you both picked the winner. Ryan Blaney last week won in New Hampshire, which puts you over. You get 2 points for that every time you pick the first place. So that's why those are very important. Jeff last week 5-3 was a good run too. Danny 4-3. Kenny, he's struggling this season at 42%. Even though I don't know what AI did there either.
Kenny.
And yeah, Ron, you beat me last week, but that gives us an opportunity for us to see how we do this week. So hopefully you're all on there and just give us your teams as we call them out. So in Major League Baseball, I'm upset with the Revs game. Yep, tie. No ties. We're not picking ties. We're not
That's
doing
what
it.
I said. We deserve that win.
Not doing it. All right. On. I think it just started. Probably just first pitch was like 10 minutes ago. We've got the Boston Red Sox at the New York Yankees. It's a best of 4 because they're playing a doubleheader tomorrow. So hopefully, Hugo, we don't get a tie on this either. But I went Boston here.
It's going to be a 2-2 split.
Probably.
I can't take that.
I'm going Boston.
I'm going New York.
Hugo's going Boston. All right, ride that hot hand, Hugo. Like it. All right, also in Major League Baseball series starting on the 31st, the Milwaukee Brewers at the Chicago Cubs. It's a best of 3. Who are you taking? This is Cubs are in second.
I'm going to take Chicago.
Okay, Hugo's
They're going to be at home.
Hugo's going Cubbies. I'm going Brewers here. I think the Brewers, honestly, are just playing some really good baseball. I think they get the best record in Major League. WNBA action. You got the Minnesota Lynx at the Atlanta Dream. This is on the 30th. Dream's okay. They are in the postseason, but Lynx are just such a better team. So I went Minnesota here.
I went Minnesota as well.
Hugo as well. All right. Winding down this NFL preseason, you got the Seattle Seahawks at the Kansas City Chiefs. That game is tonight.
I thought. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Kansas City at home.
Okay. Oh, Hugo's going with the Seahawks. I went Chiefs as well. They're at home. And I know there are 0 starters playing on either side on this one. 8:28 as well tonight. You got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Philadelphia Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised if they're dumb enough to play some of their starters. So I'm going with the Bengals here because I feel like they're just going to try to run up the score.
It doesn't count, so I'm going to go Cincinnati.
All right. Because it don't matter. I like what you did there. Hugo's going Eagles. Just think the next NFL game we pick will actually matter. We got some Major League Soccer. You got the San Jose Earthquakes at the Houston Dynamo FC. Who are you taking, Ron?
It's going to end in a tie.
Okay.
What is Houston's record?
I have no idea. Houston.
1-1-20?
No, they're in the top team. I try to get teams that are in the least top 5.
I'm going to go Houston at home.
All right.
Even though it's going to end in a tie.
I went Houston as well. In a tie. Just picking games to pick games now. All right. Tomorrow, Ron, I know you are extremely excited. NCAA football kicks off. I think it's in Dublin, Ireland. And we've got the North Carolina Tar Heels, our good friend there, Bill Belichick. He's traveling, even though they're both traveling, to TCU, the Horned Frogs. I really think that Bill Belichick is getting fired after this season. Like, I think this is not going to go well. So I'm going TCU. I think they're gonna probably win by 3 to 4 touchdowns.
Is that all?
Try to be nice here.
But it's a home game for TCU.
Yeah, in Dublin. They're big in Dublin.
I'm going TCU.
Dude, he's a mess. I don't even think he has a coordinator now. I think they lost their defensive coordinator. He's suspended. All right, we're on. And Hugo, you see if you could do it back to back. We've got Sunday, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. That's in Daytona. We need a top 5 driver.
I am going to go William Byron. He runs this track very well. He's got 3 wins on this track. And it's going to be at night, though. I hope he can see.
Dirty dog. Guess who I picked? William Byron. Every time we don't do well with these. At least we do well, but they don't win when we both pick the same guy. So Hugo, you got a chance to steal here. Lap us. I don't know. I was just trying to use a NASCAR term. Slingshot. Drift past us. I think
I was considering going Blaney back to back.
Not bad. That wouldn't have been a bad one.
I know who I wasn't going to go with.
Who would that have been? Oh, Denny Hamlin. All right. Hugo, got it. All right. Ron, it is final thoughts time, and our final thoughts don't necessarily have to be about anything sports related. It can be about anything happening in the world today.
Should I go make some dinner now?
Yeah, so I got like 5 of them. But I'm going to start off with some of the just silly ones there real quick. I wanted to mention our good friend there in San Francisco, Jed York. He's been arrested for soliciting prostitution. $140, dude. Could end up, just you think about it, suspended, how he looks in the community now. Like, do I want this guy representing my team? And, we're going to go out to these events, and the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, Jed York. Yeah, okay. Just such a bad look, dude. You got enough money. Bring him get him paid to your room. I don't even understand why. It was like in a Cleveland, Ohio area, Ron, in a trailer park. Like it was.
Wait, he was in Cleveland?
Yes, when it happened.
Oh, I bet you. Oh my God, I bet you it was one of
Deshaun Watson's buddies. Probably. He's like, yeah, check this one out. She's
oh
really
my good. God, that is just gold. That's
so
gold.
Jed York, not the best move. My second one.
He asked. And they were at home this week too. Oh, he must have most certainly asked for a name from Watson.
You think so, Watson? You think there's a connection there, Watson and Jed York, the San Francisco Giants, San Francisco 49ers owner. All right. My second one.
And will she sue me? No, she won't.
My second one, and I don't know if you've seen this. My boss had asked me about it, and then I have to look it up. It's a really crazy story. I don't know if you've seen it. Callaway, they are the golf company. I don't know if you know who Callaway is. They make the clubs. Well, they were in a partnership with a company called Good Golf. And they decided to make a commercial. They have a new driver. They're really excited about it. I highly suggest you look this up after we're done, just so you can see the commercial, because there's a lot of backlash now from a lot of people. So the commercial features a golfer and a female golfer, and the female golfer is attempting to grab the club, the new driver of Good. Hence, this male golfer decides he's going to shove the woman to the ground and tell her not to grab his driver. Not quite sure what message they were trying to get across with this new driver, but obviously a lot of people are upset. They feel like it's more of a domestic violence, that they support domestic violence. It wasn't like a push. It's literally a shove to the ground and him yelling at her. Needless to say, these companies have issued apologies, but there's financial issues here now that could be in play. PGA has already dropped Good as a sponsor. So just suggest to people out there, first and foremost, think about what you're posting or putting out there.
Callaway's going to end up just like the musician.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. Check out that commercial. Absolutely bonkers. All right. The last few here I got, Ron, are just more about, hey, man, I can do it. You can have your starting 5 times 10. But first and foremost, sad this week. We just had some tragic losses in the entertainment world. Dolly Parton passed away at 80. Uh, Obviously an icon, what she meant to just country music, but then you think about the movies and just her personality, Dollywood, all the things that she's done for the entertainment world. She will sorely be missed. Passed away of cancer. So it yet again found a way to get to some of these people. So that was a really sad one that hit.
And crazy stat. Wait, let me bring up the graphic. Crazy stat time for Dolly Parton. Country Music Awards. Want to take a guess on how many she's won?
0.
171.
Get out of here.
Awards.
Wow.
I kid you not.
Wow.
171. Those
Wow.
are just the wins, not the nominations that she didn't win.
Holy cow. Wow. Incredible. She was incredible. Tim Curry did pass away same day as Dolly Parton. Yes. So another loss into the entertainment world. And also we lost Hugo, Peter Cullen. And people are like, who is that? He was the voice of Optimus Prime. So next time I hear Autobots roll out, man, it's going to hit. That's my childhood, man. That was, G.I. Joe, Transformers, man. I watched it every day after school. So his voice is just, embedded in my childhood. So that was a big loss. And last but not least for me, I just want to give my heart, and I'm sure you feel the same way, Ron, the tragedy in Nepal. They are already reporting over 540 people reported dead, over 1,500 more missing. Just unfortunate that, again, there was no way to even get away from what happened there. And you watch some of the videos and the pictures, and it's just mind-blowing how, anybody survives that. So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but those 1,500 missing, there's a good chance that this death toll is going to be over 2,000 people, just from that. So our hearts and prayers go out to all those loved ones that have lost somebody in that tragedy as well.
Absolutely. Basically, what I wanted to say is rest in peace for Dolly and Tim and all of the others as well. But we got some stuff coming up. It is almost September, and September must mean 3 things: football, hockey, and basketball. And we've got the NBA show returning in September, and we have a new Sports Unfolded family with the NHL show. That is going to be starting in September, and we will have some degree the NFL preview, whether it'll be next week or on Friday or possibly Sunday. So be looking for those coming. Second week of September should be the debut of the NBA show, and the third should be the debut of the NHL show for the season. So be looking for those. Cannot wait. We got a hockey guy coming in, and he's gonna be awesome. Let me tell you.
Awesome. That is really cool. And I'm a little disappointed because you know what else September brings? Pumpkin spice, my friend. Don't ever forget it. Oh, so excited. I'm so excited. So that's the show for tonight. I want to thank Hugo for joining us live. Danny for joining us live. Everyone that's going to watch us afterwards, like, share, follow our show. Tell your friends about it. Join us live Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you. Love to talk to you. We want to always, again, continue to thank all those that help support us as well. Check out our websites. Check out our social media platforms. The more you can follow, like us, you'll get more opportunities to really see what we can do. and we still want to get that sponsor. So you guys, you're out there and you want to sponsor. Ties don't matter.
28,000 ears and eyes on our show every week.
Yeah, so phenomenal. So again, you want an opportunity, check us out, email Rhode Island Broadcasting and give us an opportunity to have you sponsor one of our segments. Ron, it's been a pleasure. I want to thank you as always. I want to thank everybody out there live. I want to thank everybody that's going to watch afterwards. And all we really want, is peace on earth. But Ron, let's just have a normal week, man. It was a rough week last week. Hugo, I think you said it best. Sad week. Entertainment, real lives, like just so much happened last week. Let's have a normal week. Everybody take care. Peace on earth.
Have a great night, everybody.